Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of makeup again. This is going to be a really simple, natural look, but maybe with a couple more products than what I've done before. I'm going to start with the mattifying Instablur. I've already done my skincare routine, so the moisturiser is acting as a primer. But I do like to use this one as more of a pore filling primer. So I like to apply that to any spots that I've got on my nose and my chin, so it does blur. If you can see, it does blur it a little bit. And I'm going to start with my foundation. So I like to use a brush that looks like this. It's like a dome brush. I do still have to mix my foundation because I'm a little bit more tan than usual. You won't be able to tell. But I've got the Fresh Nude foundation in 012. So I just pop a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and that is obviously well used. It's a Drops of Sun darkening drops. We do have regular darkening drops, but this is a bit more glowy, like you've been on holiday. So just mix that in on the back of my hand with my foundation. And that's why I like this brush, because it's pointy, so it makes it easier. And then obviously you've got to wipe that, but just dab that all over. This foundation is light to medium coverage. You can build it up and get a bit more, but I'm just going to keep it as light coverage today. I don't want anything too heavy. So that has really covered some redness. Like, how good did that do on that spot? I do like to dab and swipe with the foundation. And then any excess that I've got on the brush, I just like to make sure I bring it down to the neck again. And then I'm going to apply some concealer. So I'm going to be using the Fresh Nude concealer in the shade Fair. I do usually use the lighter one, so I'm going to have to mix it a little bit. So just to get that to the right colour for me, I'm going to be using the Matte Clay concealer. So that is a bit of a higher coverage concealer. And it's in a little pot. So it looks like this, and I'm just going to grab a little brush to use that all with. I'm going to be using a flat brush like this. I'm just dabbing it on top. That is in the shade 010, so it is a little bit lighter and more suited to my skin tone. And then I get a fluffy brush like this and just pat in. Don't worry, I do go over it again with a bigger brush. This brush is just better for getting near the eye. You don't want to be bringing a big foundation brush right next to your eye. And the reason why I put concealer here and here is because if you do it here really lightly, it does help with a bit of a lift of the eye. And just blend that out. Just got a little mirror, so I can just double check. Oh, that's all blended in. So I'm just gonna go back in with my foundation brush just to buff out the edges and make sure that's all in properly. Smooth out any creases, because when you put powder over liquid, it sets it in the exact same place that it's in now, so you don't want to be setting a creasy base. So I grab my little beauty blender and just dab it in my loose powder. And pack that under the eye like so. And I do just pop that anywhere that I've highlighted with the concealer. that will set it very nicely. Nice smooth base. Just exactly what you want. So while that is working its magic, I'm going to grab my Honey Bronze in 01. Nice fluffy brush. Couple of swirls and just bronze up there his cheeks. And jawline, and then down the neck, tap on the forehead. Only doing a light bronze with this, no contour. Go a little bit on the nose just to even it out. Now we're all bronze, you just want to get a big fluffy brush and dust off that powder. I do like to swipe it on my hand like that, just in case I'm dusting the powder off and then pushing it back on. So that's all of that. Now I'm just going to grab my brow sculpt. My 3-in-1 brow sculpt. I use medium brown and sometimes a dark brown. Grab my eyebrow brush with my spoolie and just comb through the eyebrows to get any powder off. Get any little powder off my eyelashes as well. So I am just going to have to look in my little mirror for this. But make sure you can see too. So you just want to twist up the pencil a little bit and do little strokes. Not from the very front, for about here. Just backwards. And then fill in the very end. Just little pencil strokes, and then when you've just filled in that a little bit, you just want to go upward strokes at the front. And then comb that through. So it does make a very slight difference. I don't want nothing too big with my eyebrows. And again, comb that through. And this is just something I like to do personally. You do not have to do it whatsoever. I'm just going to fill in the ends a little bit with the dark brown. So I just like to do a couple of hair strokes on the end like that, just and then I'm going to use the second part, which is a little spun. I'm just going to tap that on the end and then brush that through. I do have a tinted brow gel in the bottom here, but I do like using a clear brow gel. Obviously mine's not so clear at the minute, but you just want to brush that through. And I like to get my brow gel and just brush mine upwards. I do trim them so they don't go massively upwards, so it's just a little bit fluffy, and that's what I like personally. Completely your choice, you can brush them in the direction that they grow if you wish. Makeup is very versatile, you can do it however you like. This is just how I like to do mine. I will brush my eyelashes off camera when I'm finished, but I'm just going to pop a little bit of highlighter on, nice and shimmery. Now a little tip to get the most out of your highlighter is to use a setting spray. Spray your brush. I don't usually use a fan brush, but I decided to today. And then just over, and you get a much better glow. And then I just dab a little bit on my nose because I like it. And again, complete personal choice. I like to get a little brush and just dab a bit under my brow bone as well. I'm not using any lipstick today. I'm just going to pop a lip balm on off camera. You can do your bottom eyelashes if you want to. You could add some lashes if you don't have any. Very, very versatile. This is just what I wanted to do today. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.